That would be too funny. I did actually watch on TikTok the other day. It was like getting not a remote control car, but getting a self-drive car to take me to the airport.
Oh my gosh, I've seen that.
Like she said something like, someone said to her, I'd never trust that. She said, I'd trust anything that only makes me pay $40 for it. And it was literally just arrives on her drive, pops the trunk, she puts her bags in, she gets in the car, and then it's like just going. And I just think, I don't know. I probably would be freaking out if I was inside.
Sick just because of lack of control, but I bet you'd feel sick for the first 2 seconds and then you'd be over it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, I'm fine. Back on your feet.
My favourite thing to do in the car is actually just close my eyes and just wait for it to pass. I don't mind driving, but if I'm a passenger, I actually don't enjoy that. But yeah, she literally got to the airport, car stops, pops the trunk, she just goes.
So crazy.
Yeah. It'd just be weirder once it comes over here. At the moment, it just feels far away. Although we have got the Teslas, self-drive and whatnot, so. But then I don't see much of it. I don't think you're allowed to let it self-drive here,
I was going to say, did Tesla not take that feature away because they kept crashing and people were doing stupid shit whilst the car was driving, like knitting and like not paying attention?
Like knitting.
The whole point is to be like paying attention, but you're just not. Actually, I don't know what the point is.
What is the point of it?
I don't know.
It's just the ease.
Because if you're not allowed to actually just sit in your car and knit whilst your car's driving, then you may as well just drive it.
Thing is, though, once everything goes into that, it probably will be safer unless there is a glitch. Because at the moment, it's just the human error. Do you see that car down the road?
Yeah. No, please.
That looks mashed up. What, were you here when it happened?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought you said the other day. And I just think, that is a lot of human error. People just don't think. And you have to rely on other people to be thinking. That's the problem with it. Like with driving. Well, there was so much actually. Even when I was at Sainsbury's the other day, this person I knew she would as well. I'm just sat in my car, she gets straight in her car, reverse. Hello, I'm reversing. My car's bigger. Like, you will not win in that. And then she saw my face and I was like, but it depends on your mood. You're just so different in the car. Well, I am. Like this morning when we pulled in across the road, there was just like this van and we were just there for a good 5+ minutes. And I thought if I was in a different mood, / if I was like running late and I had a client waiting for me, I wouldn't be happy right now. But me, just sat there like,
Well, that was what I was thinking today with the traffic lights. I would have been here early, but no, I was sat in fucking traffic lights.
Yeah, but I still didn't manage to get you on records.
I know. You still didn't manage it. Yeah, I was 2 minutes late. But yeah, it was very annoying.
So time dependent. Right, are we ready? We're rolling? Hey guys, welcome back to the Check-In Podcast. My name is Megan.
My name is Amy.
Today's episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about AI and will it replace us?
Yeah.
What do you think, Amy?
Bit of a weird one. I'm not sure about it. I don't know what you think about it, but
I've not seen loads of it in this industry yet, and I wonder if it will be in our lifetime.
I feel like it's developing too quick.
It's developing quick. Even since we've been children, how much has changed.
I was going to say it's vile. It's not vile, but it's crazy.
It is crazy though.
Yeah.
And actually, we're self-doing it.
Yeah. But you think I was thinking watching TV, this is a bit off topic, but I was thinking watching TV last night, imagine just putting this TV 30 years ago in someone's living room.
Yeah.
Of the quality that it is now. They'd think it was real life.
Yes, my cellar used to be that wide.
And Dad was going, do you remember when? And then he was like, oh no, you wouldn't remember. And I was like, no, Dad, I was live for that.
Yeah.
When you had to click the button on the TV to turn it on.
It's so funny. Or the volume underneath.
Yeah.
Or the remote
Changing
stops working.
Yeah.
It's
Crazy.
So funny.
Or I got an MP3 player for Christmas and I was absolutely beside myself. I thought, how have my parents blessed me with this incredible gift? And
or
now I'm
as in MP3, yeah, it didn't have a screen.
Yeah, it was just a little, I don't even know what it was, with headphones.
Yeah.
Out of it.
Yeah, the old iPods.
Yeah.
Are iPods still a thing? Yeah.
I don't know if they are. Just get an iPhone, right?
Because Blackberries aren't a thing.
Mm. But that's what I mean. It's developed so quickly. So you say, will it happen in this lifetime? Well,
it might.
It might.
Well, it is in other places.
I think the only things I've seen in the wellness industry so far, like I've actually seen online, is having nails done and having their lashes done. Like people having their nails done and people having their lashes
The
done.
lash thing's that's
No, I
scary.
can't cope with that. That is
how
too close to your eyes.
Even a normal person, but if you take a normal person out of it, just like a human person, sorry, their hands, because if you think a robot, they could have the preciseness. But whereas someone's hand, they have that, they might have a human shake. I don't know.
So it's more, maybe
it's
more
very
precision.
particular. Yeah.
But then at the same time, if there's a glitch and that arm that is putting the lash on.
And it just keeps going.
Or even like if there's a power cut and it just shuts down and it like drops down into your eye. Like you've lost your eye there.
There's so many like...
It freaks me out. I'm not...
The nail thing I can like... The nail thing's at an arm's length, you know?
Yeah, but also if your hand's in there and then something happens, a glitch or whatever. And
What
then
do you
it
mean
goes
in
through
there though?
Have you like...
I don't think I've seen the nail thing.
So it's like this... Well, there's a couple of different ones. There's one you can put your hand in, but the one that I saw is you like... It's got like a little rest. You put your finger on the rest and then this like tool comes down and it's like... And it paints the nail or like does nail art on the nail or whatever. But it's also like an arm.
Yeah.
So if they're doing that, I don't know, and it malfunctions.
The thing is, I think it's so like obviously scientifically interesting how they've developed it. But in our industry, the main thing is often the customer service, the contact, the human touch, like especially in our industry.
Yeah.
Like if you look at research, how like humans just touching each other, how it can bring down so like your stress levels, so much like, I don't know, anxiety, tension. It covers so many different things. And then we're going to have this robot hand just like rubbing on your skin.
Well, even when I did a facial on you the other day, I did, and
no, you didn't, but that would have been nice. No, you did a massage on me.
I've done maybe it wasn't the other day, but I did a facial on you. Can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did a facial on you. I'm pretty sure it was you. And I was just cleansing your lashes before
thanks for making it so memorable.
No, I'm trying to think. But I was just cleansing whoever it was. I think it was you. I can't remember. Their lashes. And no, it was you because you were like, oh, even that just feels so nice.
I
think it's just like, yeah. I think it's just like that.
Oh yeah, like if you're tired, maybe.
But like, it's nice to have that like human touch, that press along the eyes, and that like gentle wiping. You know, it's just gentle. Whereas if you imagine like a electric arm, like I just imagine AI robots, things like that to be so rigid.
Yeah.
Not,
but if we think about
relaxing...
it, if they develop it that much, they will develop it into more of like an actual human hand.
Yeah, but have you seen the human robots with the human faces?
Yeah, but that is creepy.
That makes my skin crawl. Ugh.
But other
they are
sides,
still rigid, and they're like. But then the way that they were responding,
yeah, but I think 20 years time,
that is not okay. Yeah, they'll be listening to us in 20 years laughing. The robots.
It's just so strange how we're like creating. Did you just hit my stomach? That said it's lunchtime.
On cue. No, I feel the same.
It's just very. Yeah.
What? Yeah.
I don't think it will take. I think it will take a lot to change this industry. I think there is like. When we say robots, there is machinery already that takes over other people's jobs. Even just like, if you think about products, like some people still do products, but otherwise, like if you watch even just food processing, a lot of it is done electrically now. And just that like, the automation of it is good.
I bought some cupcakes yesterday and I gave one to Liam and he was like, you can tell that's been made by a robot.
No way.
What do you mean? And he said, it's really, really sweet. And he was like, it's like, yeah, he was like, you can tell that's been made by a robot. I was like, that's funny.
How funny.
Yeah.
Just that different, like, but then, you know, you can feel when something's made with like love. And just like, like that person's passion coming through.
Yeah.
Same in like these jobs, you can feel someone's passion, how much they love something, how much they connect to something. when you're having that treatment. I just don't.
I think maybe that it will be around, it will be in the industry, but maybe it'll just be for a certain clientele. Like some people will want that quick, precise treatment that probably doesn't maybe cost as much. Who knows? Well, I don't know. It's a bit expensive to get the machine in the first place, or the robot in the first place.
But I guess it just takes away. But then there must be like human error and robot error. Because how well can you communicate with them? You know?
Yeah.
Or for some clients who don't want to speak, silent treatment, quick, easy job, in, out, perfect for them.
The thing is, I just think in our industry, no matter what treatment you do, it's all about connection and feeling safe and relaxed. And people will go and have their nails done and they might chat to the therapist the whole way through, but they'll still feel like quite chilled out at the end of it. Whereas, I just don't, it's very like cold, isn't it? To just have a machine.
It just feels
so. I just can't imagine it.
In some ways, like I don't want it to take this industry over because I think it's like special. But in some ways, I like the Hoover robot. Mum and Dad have a Hoover robot, and she just presses it and it goes round.
Does its little job, yeah.
And I think things like that are quite mundane tasks.
The norm.
You know, like why not? You know, or things that are developed. But I don't want to take away human beings.
Back in the day, the like original phones that came out, everyone thought, oh my gosh, that's fantastic. And like probably wouldn't have ever imagined where our phones are today.
Yeah.
Like we literally carry mini computers that can do literally anything in our pockets.
We're so connected kind of all of the time.
Yeah. And that serves a purpose. Like your phone, you use it to connect with people all over the world.
But then how often do we actually want to disconnect? Or like people disconnect all the time.
I think it can get too much. I think that's the problem at the moment with all of this stuff is going maybe a bit.
It's going crazy.
How much further can it go? Because in my head I'm thinking, okay, the iPhone does everything it needs to do. Yeah. How much further can it go?
Yeah. The boundaries. Although we were watching Apple the other day. Because you know what they do? They do like advertise really well. I can't even remember what they were saying. But it was stuff that was like, as an Apple like owner, I was like, oh, that's like a good idea. I can't even think what it was now. Do you remember?
Vision Pro.
What was that? Oh, yeah, but that's kind of crazy.
Other stuff you're talking about is just like the messaging.
Yeah, I like the little updates, but they have these like goggles they're bringing out. So can you be immersed in your phone?
Oh, that's quite scary.
I'm too immersed in my phone now. I don't want to be like these goggles on. And it was like you put these goggles on and you could almost have like your Zoom calls with like everyone. Or no, not even, this is just creepy. You can have the goggles on, I think, and basically it can scan your face so it can show you in the call with your mannerisms and like responding to things, but you're actually not in the call. It is just the automated version of you. But people love this stuff. And I do wonder how far we will go. It obviously will just keep going.
I was watching Gogglebox the other day and they were watching something, I don't know what it was, but it was about like relationships in VR. And it was like these like two guys and they had a relationship. He was in America and the other guy was, I think, in England, don't know. And they were literally having a full-blown relationship. Like they were meeting up on the VR and they were like going for walks, holding hands. And yeah,
they are literally in their own world.
They're in their own world, walking around their house. But actually, in the VR, they're like walking around the park. It's crazy.
In some ways, though, if you don't take that headset off, you could create your own dream world, but then you've lost the reality.
I think that's what people are scared about. I think that's the thing with like all of these robots.
But then who's Steve's reality? It's so technical. Like everyone's going to have a different opinion on that.
How does everyone else feel who's listening about
you should let us know.
Like, in the wellness industry, how would you feel about someone doing your lashes with not someone, see, it's hard to even like, you can't even
what you'd
say
pronounce
it
them
because
as.
it's like hard to even imagine, like how would you feel with a robot putting lashes on your eyelids?
It's just
how would you feel with a robot
or doing your
makeup?
Massage? Like have they got that creativity built in them?
Are they going to do exactly what you want them to do?
The thing is though, they probably Because would they like scan an image and then the makeup would be the same on the face? But then how can they adjust it to your face and like all those little things that we as humans have learned over time? It's so interesting. I mean, time will only tell.
I know. And I don't think it would take too long. I mean, not within
Well, yeah, because
10
some
years,
places
but-
are doing it. It's very interesting.
I don't think it would be, saying about the industry, I don't think it would be for everything.
No,
I think it would be certain...
I hope not.
Although I did just look up quickly before we did, because I'm thinking in my head, like, nails, lashes, makeup, that kind of thing. Not so much the...
Because imagine them
like
picking up
skin
hair
treatments
and like...
things like that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, imagine going in and being like, I want that haircut, and then the robot just being like...
But even, you know, the back and forth you have with the hairdresser of like, shall I go for this? Shall I go for this? Like
the consultation.
that interaction.
Yeah. I can't say that it will be for me, but I suppose if you'd have asked
But then will we be
people
so
20
adapted
years ago,
in a few years' time that we're just like, that's normal?
If you asked people 20 years ago, like, how would you cope with having like a little TV or computer in your pocket, they'd probably be like, oh, I'm so sorry.
I was like, what is that?
That was my bottle.
It
sorry.
sounded like it was from further over there, and I was thinking, the ceiling.
Sorry. But yeah, they probably wouldn't have.
Because I wonder what they thought when they'd be in a telephone box and be like, hello.
Yeah.
And now we're just like, hello.
Yeah.
It's
It
so
is crazy.
strange.
But
No
that's
one
only
could
20
reach
years.
you.
That's like 20 years, isn't it?
Yeah. So another 20 years,
We could have robots running.
we'll be nearly
shit.
50.
Right, never say that again. Ever again. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Will be.
Yeah. So it would be just really interesting to... I like what we've got at the moment.
I think a lot of people go and have these treatments for that personal human touch.
And we
But-
need it. We need to stay connected to each other.
Yeah.
There's so much other stuff going on that we need, like, bonding.
And like you're saying about disconnect, if we're
Yeah.
like struggling with our phones, I know we all
people not
have
going
had
on their
those
phones
moments.
before a certain time. Like,
Why are we then going to want to start having...
imagine every day you wake up and you put on this like virtual reality headset, and you're like,
But then what is it? We're all just living in these like, I don't know, in these houses, and we look great in virtual reality, but not in actual. Is that what it is? VR is virtual reality. Yeah, virtual reality. But then actually, if you take the glass off, you look like a steak. Do you know
but
what I
then
mean?
actually, this is a bit like, but if you look at like Instagram,
yeah,
it's kind of like you
show
put
the best of
everything,
you,
and
and then you're
then
actually
behind the
at
scenes,
home.
you might be like,
yeah,
it's very like weird, this world that we're creating.
Yeah.
In some ways it's fantastic, and in other ways it's like,
yeah.
it's crazy when you like really dissect everything. Yeah. Have you watched Black Mirror?
I have watched a few, but it makes my stomach turn.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't
It
it?
makes me feel very
The
unwell.
new season's just out.
That's what Liam's been watching, and I just...
Has he?
I cannot...
It does make you like, yeah, because are you going to watch it?
Probably not.
Okay. As a disclaimer, if you've watched it, fast forward. But in one of the episodes, they're astronauts and two guys away, and they basically sit in, I would call it a chamber.
Wait, Liam was telling me about this one.
Yeah. They
Sorry.
sit in this chamber and they transport.
Yeah.
So their actual human body is in
Space.
there. Is it It is astronaut.
Yeah, in
it is.
space.
They're in space. And then their robot version of themselves is with
on
their
Earth.
family,
Yeah.
and they can go between the two. I mean, like, for someone who's in that profession, great. They can go between the two, whatever. I mean, their family get the robot version. In some ways, I kind of think
Why
it should
would
be
not
the other way.
around? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, but...
But yeah, it's very, like, messed up.
Yeah.
But I guess it's like, for someone who has a family that work away, or like it'd be bridging that and being in two places. But then some people like to work away, and then now they've got to have a robot. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one though.
I don't
to
think
see.
there'll ever be a time where if that stuff does come in that everyone would just be happy about it. I think it would be very controversial.
Yeah.
No matter how advanced we are.
Yeah, but I think sometimes things are controversial, then we all just
Brainwash.
go with it.
Brainwash.
It's so funny. I mean, maybe we'll listen to this in 20 years' time and think,
That's what I was going to say earlier. We'll
What
probably
were we
be laughing
thinking?
at ourselves.
I always think that you always kind of have a perspective on something until something happens, and then you look back and think,
Yeah. What was I thinking?
that's why, yeah, it's so funny. So you can speak too soon on things, can't you? But I feel like where we can only speak on how we feel right now, I guess.
Yeah.
And for right now, I don't want
I
it.
love it. No, I do not want. We were saying just before we started, like a robot massaging you.
Yeah.
But it's just the malfunctions, I think, as well as like the personal
The thing
touch.
is, it'd probably be so
everything. But, like,
seamless at that
you,
time.
Yeah, but you have a power cut.
And do you know what? Some people who don't necessarily like to expose their body, like we're saying, it's going to be something for someone, but just not
then I think
maybe for us.
Do you get, like, a lot of people are feel uncomfortable about, like, cameras and stuff in technology, and they're like,
Yeah.
am I being watched? So
No,
that's,
but
like, the
what
next
if we
thing.
watched on that? What if we watched on that?
There was
And there
also
was
a
a
Black Mirror
guy.
one about.
There's a guy living. I think he's living in Russia because he exposed it. Am I speaking right?
Snowden.
So it's
Snowden.
called. And yeah, he's exposed it. So he's like in Russia. So is it the US can't get to him? So the US can't get to him. So it has actually been proven in this film because he is there under protection in Russia. at the
Oh,
moment.
what, that he's being watched on?
It's so weird. But then we know that they do use our data to show us things, and things we speak about then show up. So, you know, we know that, but we're seemingly acceptive to it. It's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like it's a whole
like,
thing. Yeah.
It's a black hole, really.
Yeah. Actually, it can be, I don't know. Some of the things make me feel quite uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because I know it's true and I know it's happening. But
It's
I just
so
feel like,
controversial as well.
Yeah.
It's very, But we'll see. We'll see what happens within this industry.
But Luxembourg Studio will not be hiring any robots in the next.
I might get a robot
Hoover.
Yeah.
That would be
It'd
good.
just be good at the end of the day, like.
Yeah. Once we're out, lock the door and leave it to it.
And it does take itself back to its little.
You can get ones that mop the floor as well. So it'll like
Can
go around
you?
and hoover and then it'll mop. I love, have you seen when they're like, oh, my hoover's so dramatic. He's just said he's fallen off a cliff and he's just like fallen down a tiny little ledge. So
My
cute.
mum loves the Hoover. She'll speak to it like a dog.
But how does it do corners? Because they're round. How does it do corners?
No, like slowly. Because it has this little things going.
Just like back and
it's
forth
like
until
like some like wipers going all the time. And as it goes around like that.
I would say that would be a fantastic purchase.
Yeah. I know.
See, we
But
can
then
pick and choose with it.
You can pick and choose.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do like picking up the Hoover. I don't know.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. I love seeing the dirt go. Like, ooh, all soaked up.
I won't say I hate it, but I won't say I love it.
Yeah, just those little things that you can replace that just makes life easy.
Easy. Yeah. Anyway, like we said, let us know what your thoughts
Yeah,
are.
let us know what your thoughts. Leave us a comment or send us an email about it.
Yeah.
I think we're good for now, though.
Yeah.
It'll be like on the news in the next week. Massage taken over by robots. But no,
How they would do it. Like,
that's
with
what we're good
spongy-
at, though, as like humans, just adapting to things. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
But for now, hopefully in the next 30 years we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So we're at a different stage in life.
Oh, it does feel so weird though, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
When our children have to.
Yeah.
Well, not mine.
Who knows?
Who knows, maybe.
Who knows? Again, we'll find out in 30 years' time.
We'll come back. And the podcast might still be going.
Yeah. Oh no, we won't be that old then. Like in our retirement home. Like,
Late 50s?
yeah.
Oh,
We-
retirement, late
no, but that's
50s.
what I meant.
No, and this is another thing we were saying about just advancements is kind of different, but advancements in like the medical industry and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and how we're like staying older for longer.
Yeah.
And how back in the day, like 60, 70 was old, and now 70, 80, well, no, 70, 80 is still not old. It's like
Yeah.
80, 90, you're old.
Yeah.
And like how for us, our generation, it's probably going to, well, it might not be, but in my head, I'm like, is it going to be like 110? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It is crazy actually to see.
And then maybe with these robots, we have less burnout, less stress. So
Yeah.
it might last even longer.
But then if you think about like pensions and whatnot, the pension age keeps changing.
I know.
But then we'll have these like new spanky robots.
Doing everything for us. Do you know what would be quite nice?
Mm.
It's a robot chef.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, but you've got to like deliver it on Uber Eats. Not
Yeah,
quite the
you
same.
do, I don't.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's true actually. Yeah,
It
but
would be a problem if I did though. So.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
No, true. But there is other. I bet there is though.
Have you seen the robot servers? There are those
Yeah.
in some restaurants. My uncle went to one the other day and he was like,
Yeah,
oh,
but they're
weird.
not like as a server.
No, they
they're
just drop the
like
food off.
a thing, aren't they?
They just hold the food. They drop the food off. They go between the. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be quite like funny, like the novelty. You'd be like, oh my gosh, a robot just served me.
Yeah.
But then if it was like well dominating like the whole, I don't know, hospitality industry was that way, you'd be a bit like,
love the hospitality, like love working in the hospitality industry, and then some people despise it. So it's just, but then that's the same in any industry. Like, it's just funny, isn't it?
And I think that as well, like the AI, we're talking specifically beauty, but it could relate to any industry.
Could relate to anything.
So,
yeah.
crazy.
And also like, you just can't see. It's like we watched like the other day and it was like robots working with steel, and that my dad works with steel. But it can't do everything. It can only cut out, like it doesn't actually weld something together. So it's like, it's not there yet.
Yeah, I've also seen about robots doing stuff, but then something about it can't see like a black product. So if it's like plastic, like recycling, and there are robots that like push it through, but if that recycle the plastic, but if it's black plastic, the robot can't actually pick up that.
How funny.
Color or whatever.
Yeah.
And so then that's why you can't recycle certain plastics, because the robots can't pick them up or something. I'm sure I saw that somewhere. So it definitely isn't there yet.
Yeah. And we'll see if it gets there one day.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyway, like we said, let us know.
Yeah.
I think for that one,
we're done.
We're done.
If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure you're checking us out on all of our socials. It is Luxemore Studio on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, all the good stuff. But otherwise, till next time, my name's Megan.
And my name's Amy. We're checking out. Hello.
I missed that. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.